So the gap between ourselves and the competition continues to widen. You know, we've increased the guidance to 130 million annual traffic. That's up 9% this year. Always Getting Better continues, and we recently announced in London some new initiatives under Always Getting Better, which I'll touch on later. We've 250 aircraft on order, and we're continuing to grow to 200 million annual traffic by the year 2024. And we announced in July of this year that we broke a new milestone of having carried 1 billion customers since Ryanair's foundation. It's still all about having the lowest fares, and our fares in Q1, you know, went up by 1% because we had an Easter this year. We didn't have an Easter in Q1 of last year. Our guidance for the half continues to be the same, where we're guiding -5% for half one, and our guidance for the rest of the year continues to be the same. You can see that the gap between ourselves and all competitors on fares continues to widen, and that's driven by the gap on costs, where pretty much across every line, from staff, airport handling, route charges, sales and marketing, and other, ownership and maintenance, we have the lowest cost per unit compared to all our competitors, and that's what continues to drive low fares. Before we get to Ireland, you can see that the expansion across Europe continues. We're now in 33 different markets, so we have our eggs in lots of baskets, also outside of the UK, but we will touch on Brexit. Now flying 1,800 routes, 400 aircraft now in the fleet, with 250 more aircraft joining the fleet, all 737s. When you look at the particular markets at the moment, Germany is a standout market because of the European market with the lowest penetration of all low-cost airlines, and in some ways it's the most protected, most backward market from an aviation point of view in terms of the protectionism that exists there. But also Italy is key and in focus at the moment with the situation with Alitalia. But you do have weak national flag carriers in a lot of markets. But that aside, our organic growth continues, and you can see that we're number one and number two in most markets across Europe. This is how the growth to 200 million in the year 2024 gets delivered. This is obviously matched to the number of aircraft that we have joining the fleet.